The usual ones that you're going to think about, your yoga, a Tai Chi, a mindful walk, a meditation. Believe it or not, I also have brought in some real physical activities that are not so much my wheelhouse, but I have providers that do say either HIIT or spinning in a way that kind of still incorporates mindfulness. Because, for example, if you're that team that's been digging down deep sometimes and you've been working like a dog, sometimes you need to work off that excess energy. So sometimes I need to bring in some things that are a little more vigorous. Pickleball, I'm not kidding, so much fun. I've done pickleball on retreats. It's been a blast. All of those modalities, through movement, you get physical rejuvenation, you get your improved moods. We all know those benefits that happen. And you get, if you do an activity together, you get that bonding through mindfulness. As always, people say it enhances your focus because you've learned to just concentrate on one thing at a time. It helps you dial it down a little bit if that's what you need. Breathing is also another huge, I do sometimes just breathing sessions. And just breathing sessions, believe it or not, you'd think, I know how to breathe. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. So sometimes I'll incorporate breathing session into this. And then also, obviously, as you well know, outdoor, connecting to nature in and of itself. In some ways, it's the easiest thing for me to do because I almost don't have to do anything. I just got to get them outside. And we had another situation once where I was doing a historic walk and just a team activity where we're doing a walk. And nobody wanted to go. It was drizzling a little. It was rain. It was just a little misty. It wasn't rainy. It was just misty. And people it was a little chilly. Nobody wanted to go. And I said, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. 15 minutes of getting them out there. People are connecting 2 by 2, just normal groups. We've stopped at a little waterfall and everybody was like, it happened in spite of themselves. It happens in spite of themselves. And everybody just calmed down and connected. And there was only one person who was like, I'm cold. Everybody else was like so grateful that we got out, even though it wasn't ideal circumstances. So like I said, nature takes care of itself. And I don't have to do a lot sometimes except show up and get them to go. People think New Year's is the time for renewal and new activities, and I'm going to make this commitment to doing this and to doing that. I disagree. I truly believe it's springtime. Spring is that time of rebirth in the ground, the earth, the everything else, and it's just part of our cycle. It's in us. It's in our DNA. It's just part of where we are as being part of the human beings on this earth. So springtime is a wonderful time to connect on a lot of different levels. And again, I said getting outside and tapping into having companies who are going to tap into that idea of creativity, a little freedom, a rebirth, an opening, picking activities that kind of foster that as well, which is part of what I do, is to help you pick those activities that are going to foster that creativity and rebirth and connection and all of those things that spring just, again, does. It's just part of nature. And you don't have to do a lot except slow down, pause, and take time to stop the doing. When I say the doing, the work doing. So for companies, giving their employees the opportunity to not do and just be out there, just experience the flowers and the trees and the blooming and the this and the that. And even if you're inside, there's a way of bringing that same energy inside with a lot of the various techniques that we use that foster creativity and connection and all that stuff. Riverstone Yoga is located in New York, and we pretty much work in the metropolitan New York area. We really are now Riverstone Wellness. We specialize just on corporate retreats and these kind of events. So we don't have the brick and mortar yoga studio anymore, but we have the mindfulness, the meditation, the forest walks, the hikes, all of that kind of stuff. So I have a website, which is riverstoneyoga.com. I don't do Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff because you know what? They cause me too much anxiety, and I've decided I don't need it, and I'm doing just fine the way I am. So you can't find me there, but you can also just contact me, Patricia at riverstoneyoga.com. And we predominantly work in the metropolitan New York area. We'll work in New York City. We specialize just in our local area, though. We don't go too far.